our essential question we're going to answer is, how do I cite different types of online sources? And our learning objectives are students will be able to explain the value of giving proper citations, name the components of an MLA-style citation for different types of websites, and create MLA-style citations for online articles and professional sites. So our warm-up today is, first we're going to define the term source. A source is a reference work or first-hand document. Anything you get information from is considered a source. Now, our first question is that I'm going to ask is, why would someone reading your paper want to know what sources you used? Maybe you want to maybe the person wants to make sure what you wrote was true, that you got your information from a trustworthy source, because there's all kinds of sources out there on the internet. You got to figure out what's true, what's not. And maybe in case they're interested in finding out more about the subject. Now, how do people reading your report figure out what sources you used? First of all, they need to look at the sources listed in the report's bibliography. Okay, so bibliography, right here, is a list of sources used for a report or other research project, including books, articles, videos, and websites. It's used with lists at the end, and at the end you will see a list of every source you use. So that's the thing, is you got to keep track of the sources so you don't have to remember to go back. Now, a citation is within a bibliography. The bibliography is the whole list of sources. The citation is within the bibliography. A citation is key information about a source used for a report or other research project, including author, title, publisher, and date of publication. And we will talk about that in just a minute. Now, understanding bibliography, different sources lend themselves to different types of citations. For example, a citation from a website would require different information in a different format than a citation from a book. Now, listing a source's citation, which often includes the author, title, and the date that the source was published, not only helps people locate the source elsewhere, but it's also a sign of respect. It means you respect that person's authority on the subject. All right. Now, I need you to come see me, and oh, I got a typo there. And look, pause for a minute. Come see me for the How to Cite a Site handout. And then when you come back, unpause. And we will look at the different online sources on your handout. Okay. Now, the first handout you have, is how to cite an online newspaper and magazine article. So most online newspapers and magazines are connected to print, like you might see in like Time for Kids or Newsweek and things like that, or even Indianapolis Star. They have, there's one that gets printed, can be delivered to your house, and there's also an online version one. Okay, now, the first one you'll see is an example of a citation for an online magazine article. So you should be looking at this along with me. So what you see is when the source has an author, the author's name comes first, last name, then first name. So you'll see Kelly Plaskett. The Glassy Dinosaur Effect is the title of the article. It's placed in quotation marks. And then Time for Kids is where it was, is the magazine, and that's italicized. Time for Kids is the title of the website. Okay, Now, periods follow most of the parts of a citation. So you see Plaskett, Kelly, period, the dinosaur effect, the gassy dinosaur effect, period, time for kids, period. Now, the Time Inc., that is the publisher. In this case, you have a comma follows the publisher. And then you have the date. It was published, which is 9 May 2012. And then you have followed by a period. And then web, which shows that you got it online. Date read after web, followed by a period. And then you have brackets. Okay, angle brackets is what we call it. Greater than and less than signs are used before and after the URL. All right, so on the back page, on the back side of the page, you will see professional websites, and it works the same except for this one does not have an author. Okay, you just have the title of the article, Words and Voices. Okay, and so usually if it has the author's name, you would put the author. If it doesn't have an author's name, the next thing that comes is the title of the article. Okay, so now we've gone through that. What you're going to do is you're going to complete the Cite Your Site handout. You're going to use the previous handout as a guide, along with the prompts on the Cite Your Site handout. Okay, you're going to visit both websites for your topic, find the required information, and then write the citation for each website. So you can either choose Mount Rainier National Park, or your research topic could be mammals. And I have listed 2 websites that you need to go to for either one. You're just picking one. So you're going to create 2 citations. All right. So, and if you need any help, I will help you through it. Don't worry. All right. After you have completed your work, you may bring it to me and hand it in my black tray on my desk.